go to the CNAS webpage, or even if you go to the Wikipedia page, it's actually perhaps even clearer. It's clearer there than on their own page, because they do hide it a little bit. Here's what you find. Center for a New American Security. Well, there's a picture. Who's the picture? General David Petraeus delivers the keynote address at CNAS annual conference. It was founded in 2007 as a vehicle for Petraeus, public policy think tank, and it was founded by Madame Michelle Flournoy, the coming aspirant now to be the head of the Pentagon. And in the quotes up here in the top of the Wikipedia article, we get something from James Steinberg. Speaking at the CNAS annual conference in June 2009, U.S. Central Command Commander General David Petraeus observed that CNAS has in a few years established itself as a true force in think tank and policy-making circles. Petraeus equals CNAS equals Flournoy. Allen, the ISIS czar, is operating on the inside, and Petraeus, with the help, I'm sure, of Kravis, is operating on the outside. A couple of more words on CNAS. General Allen is a part of it. Joe Lieberman, Richard Armitage from the State Department, right? The mud, blood, and beer expert from the Iran-Contra period. Michael O'Hanlon, warmonger. Marie-Louise Slaughter of the Slaughter Doctrine, right? The one who wanted to attack Syria, bomb Syria as a means of getting at Putin. Madeleine Albright, obviously several million Iraqi children it's worth killing them to get democracy. William Perry and others. So General Petraeus is a frequent guest at their meeting. So now we have these two disgraced generals. The comparison comes to mind is General Boulanger of France, right? The putschist, the coup guy who failed, lost his nerve, and he was found weeping on the grave of his mistress. So you would think that they might have brought in the Institute for the Study of War with the Kagans. That would have been too much. So here we have an extreme warmonger group, but it has a certain amount of democratic representation. We can call it the extreme democratic right-wing warmonger group. Concerning Michelle Flournoy herself, we can assume and we know that in the councils of the Obama White House, she was constantly a voice for escalation, bombing, wider wars. She's a hawk. Think about Hillary Clinton, right? This seems to be the unfortunate pathology of women who get into these positions. They feel that if they're not the biggest warmonger in the room, they're going to be accused of weakness, feminine problems, whatever you want. Now, this is very bad. Obama should never have accepted. You should have rejected the resignation. And we don't know what happened, right? The stories we are told here in the Washington Post, it's all based on anonymous leakers. For example, I could never tell what Hagel's opinion was on anything, said a senior administration official involved in national security policy. Who's that? Susan Rice? Anthony Blinken? Who is it? Rhodes? I don't think Rhodes seemed to go with Hagel in the last exchange. So we don't know any of that, but we do know that this charming lady is a warmonger from CNAS. Hagel, for his part, I could compare him to Marshal Pétain in 1917. He took a defeated army and he tried to improve their morale with some creature comforts. A little bit of housing, a little bit of care, a little bit of, in the case of Pétain, a little bit better wine, what have you. That's Hagel. But now the warmongers are counterattacking. So here's what it's going to be. There has to be a confirmation hearing for Flournoy. That means the Senate Armed Services Committee. If they do that in January, which they may, that will then be run by McCain. So that will become a monstrous orgy, festival of warmongers that will be bashing whoever it is. If it's Flournoy, they'll bash her, and they'll say, promise us that you won't be a softy like Hegel, that we want to escalate, attack, and go to the brink and roll back and all the rest. This is actually quite tragic. The role of Susan Rice in this, well, we can assume it's bad, but I think, again, the main way to look at it is Allen on the inside, the ISIS czar, and Petraeus on the outside, with help from these useful idiots from the various Kerrys, Rice, and so forth, right? And remember that Petraeus is a bid for Bonapartist power, for the man on horseback, remember, and we may be headed in this direction. And as far as what motivates Obama, well, last week, a couple of days ago, we had the story on November 17th. It was a woman with a 9mm pistol in a holster walking around the White House just as Obama was delivering the immigration speech. That would have been the evening of November 17th. We now have, on the 24th of November, a certain R.J. Kapheim, K-A-P-H-E-I-M, who was found near the White House with a rifle, ammunition, and a big hunting knife in his car. And he's on his way to 2 years in the cooler for bringing those illegal weapons into the District of Columbia. And that, of course, was the same day that Coburn had talked about anarchy and violence in his commentary on the Obama immigration speech. So doesn't look good. And remember, the 9mm woman, of course, seemed to be from the same neck of the woods as Joni Ernst, and now we got another guy from Iowa. The Iowa school is coming to town to answer the Ben Brisbane no. Back in a minute.
The knowledge of the ancients, tried and true, trusted herbs and extracts fused with the latest nutraceutical science. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. For the last 2 years, our team has been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to develop the ultimate nutraceutical formulation. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure Ancient Defense for you and your family. Visit ancientdefense.com or call 888-253-3139. That's ancientdefense.com.
Hey everyone, my Ghost 80% AR-15 project was a total success. Thank you, Guns80.com. Thank you. I bought my Ghost AR-15 at Guns80.com. It's everything I expected and more. Just got a note from my buddy Mark, and now they're having a huge Black Friday and a big Cyber Monday sale. Guess Christmas is coming early this year. I'm definitely ordering one for my brother on Black Friday because the price drops to $400. Yes, I did just say that. $400. Unbelievable. At Guns80.com, the big sale is on. Begins Friday, November 22nd and ends December 1st. So hurry now. Sale prices for Ghost ARs again, $400. Black Friday will be a good day. Get your Ghost AR-15 at Guns80.com. Sale is on right now at Guns80.com. That's Guns80.com. Guns and the number 8080.com. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone from our good friends at Guns80.com. The big sale is on. I'll see you there.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
GCN, proudly sponsored by UnseenNow.com. Find out how to stop Big Brother in his tracks at UnseenNow.com. This is GCN.
Welcome back to Crisis Radio, our post-Thanksgiving weekend program. Now, Moscow must see what has now happened. This is a step in the wrong direction, right? This is like, we can compare it to a number of things, but the fall of Hegel is not without severe international repercussions. The coming of the warmonger Flournoy. Oh, and by the way, it's not like she's the only candidate, right? She's the leading candidate. There's also another guy called Robert Work, Deputy Defense Secretary. He's the number 2 to Hagel, retired Marine colonel. Well, guess what? He's also from the Center for New American Security. So Work also served as chief executive of Center for the New American Security before the Senate confirmed him in April. He's blunt. He's the Pentagon number 2. He has had a major role in the Defense Department budget and a series of other things. He's the chairman of the Nuclear Deterrent Enterprise Review Group, with all those guys getting drunk in those nuclear missile silos. I guess that's not so good. We're also told Ashton Carter, but it's clear that Ashton Carter is only in there, as I think Work is too, but Ashton Carter especially, to make it less obvious that this is going to be controlled by the Center for the New American Security, meaning Petraeus, Allen, and their disgraced group of drunks and womanizers, which is also what they are, right? Check out the covers on the various books about these guys, right? With 45 automatic and a glass of scotch. All right, so here we are in late imperialism, that's for sure. Now, what does Moscow see? They're aware. Putin says Russia must prevent a color revolution. This is actually from Thursday of last week in Moscow. Russia has to prevent a color revolution. I welcome this. If you look at my book, Obama, the Postmodern Coup, The Making of a Manchurian Candidate, you will see right there that the whole point is the color revolution, right? That Obama is going to bring color revolutions, and there's extensive documentation in there. If you have friends in Russia, send them a copy of Obama, the Postmodern Coup. Get one for yourself, The Making of a Manchurian Candidate. Here's what Putin says. In the modern world, extremism is being used as a geopolitical instrument and for remaking spheres of influence. We see what tragic consequences the wave of so-called color revolutions led to. For us, this is a lesson and a warning. We should do everything necessary so that nothing similar ever happens in Russia. Yes, bravo. The whole point is color revolutions are designed to destroy the modern state. We here on this program celebrate the achievements and the unrealized potential of the modern state, founded or the pilot project whereof was founded when Dante Alighieri got to Milan just about this time of year, December 1310, and with the help of the Emperor Henry of Luxembourg, Holy Roman Emperor, put a Visconti on the ducal throne of Milan. And from that Visconti